Hi, welcome to my channel, A Tale of Not One, but Two Journeys. Please hit subscribe if you want to continue to see my lock journey progress forward. But for this video, I'll be talking about my week 2, actually early into week 3 lock journey. So let me just kind of give you a look of what's going on now. As you can see, my roots are pretty thick. For my edges, I haven't been laying them down because I'm still working on getting them thicker and I don't want to put too much on them, right? Don't want a lot going on there. Let me turn around here so you can see the back. You may notice that I'm calling them my curly crew, right? So I have about 4 or 5 locks in the back, which are a different texture, and they're not problem children, but they need a little special attention. So I'm just watching them very closely to see if they unravel at all. But other than that, no other issues going on at this moment. But that doesn't mean I didn't have issues this week. Interesting enough, I'm continuing to learn lessons about my hair and about my scalp. If you've taken a look at my other videos, you've heard me talk about the issues that I have with my scalp and really how paranoid I am about like dead skin and dandruff getting stuck in my locks. So I am so cognizant of what's going on with my scalp and paying really close attention to that. So let me just talk about what my lessons learned. First of all, just talking about my scalp, this week I realized that there is a such thing as too much oil in your hair. So last Sunday I did my steam treatment with my little hot oil concoction in there. Again, that is a black castor oil, turmeric oil, peppermint oil, tea tree oil, and vitamin E oil. And I sit in the steam room for about 15-20 minutes, and then I go about my business. I don't wash it out at all. I've had some really great success with that, not seeing any issues with my scalp. So this now leads me to my lesson learned. So this week I was traveling back home for the holidays to visit my family. Monday, I didn't do anything to my hair, right? Shake, wake, shake, and go. Awesome. I love it. On Tuesday, I started spritzing my rose water concoction on my hair. So my concoction there is rose water, vitamin E oil, peppermint oil, and tea tree oil. Yes. So I spritz that on my hair right before I get in the shower. So I massage it in, hop in the shower, and I'm good to go. When I'm spritzing that on, my main focus is my scalp, but I do take a around just to kind of get some moisture on my actual locks themselves. But that's not my focus. My focus again is my scalp. So Tuesday I was good with that. Wednesday did the same thing. Thursday did the same thing. All's good. I'm feeling great. So Friday, I have the bright idea that I'm going to actually use my steam treatment oil concoction just to put like some extra oil into my scalp. I thought that was a good idea, right? Because I'm trying to make sure my scalp is moisturized and it doesn't start flaking and things like that. So I put the oil in my hair, hop in the shower. It's all good, But then by the end of the evening, it's like starting to flake up and starting to itch. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So Saturday morning, I wake up and it's still itching and it's starting to flake even more. So I asked my mom to go through my scalp and like scratch up the dandruff. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I was home, because my husband would have never did this for me. He would have been like, no, I can't do it. You got to go to the hair salon. But my mommy, she was there and she helped me. So she scratched up all of the dandruff for me. I did not wash my hair. And I'll talk about the reasoning for that in just a moment. But I didn't wash my hair. I just kind of shook it all out, dusted it off, you know, bam, 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 trying to get it all out. Then went back through with some ACV, that Bragg's version, that version with the mother in there. So went back through with this, diluted it with some water, and it was just regular water, y'all. It wasn't no distilled water or spring water. I didn't have time for that. I needed to get my scalp under control. So it was just regular water, half ACV, and went through and just, she used a little bottle to squirt it into my hair, and then took a dark rag to kind of move it around in my scalp, right? So did that. My scalp felt 10 times better. I hope when I just was showing you my hair, you didn't see any flakes. I've been asking, ain't nobody else seen none. So hopefully you haven't seen any either. But what I learned from that is basically too much oil can be a problem for my scalp as well. So I think like my steam treatment oil is just too much for a regular day situation. It needs to be something that I sit in the steam room with, and then I'm all good. So for the rest of the week, I just went on with my rose water and essential oils. Went that, and I've had no problems. My scalp hasn't been itchy at all. So I think going forward, all of those essential oils that I have, I'll just keep that for my major steam treatment, and that'll be it. I won't put it on like during the week. So that was lesson 1 that was learned this week. Let's see. The next lesson I learned is when you travel, you take your own stuff with you. I get to my mother's house. Again, I'm so thankful, like she scratched that dandruff up. So no shade to my mom's at all. But what happened was after she did all of that, you know, I was like, oh, my locks actually look a little dry, right? It was just looking really dry. And I was like, yeah, I don't like that. And last week when I was home, I went and purchased this olive oil sheen, and I've kind of been using that when I notice like my locks are looking a little dry. I'll just do a couple rotations of this. It smells really good and leaves a nice little sheen on my hair. It's not thick. I haven't noticed any issues with it just yet. But when I was back home in Baltimore, I did not have that with me. So I asked my mother if she had something that had some sheen, or like some oil sheen or something like that. So I was looking around, and she found a bottle of Design Essentials liquid sheen. I turned it over. I looked at the ingredients to see if it was any alcohol in it, because I'm trying to be mindful of that. I did not see that in the ingredients, because they were kind of like wiped off a bit from the oil in her hands and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I go and I kind of spritz my locks. Again, thank goodness, I was not putting it on my scalp. But I just spritzed my locks a little bit. And I was like, this smells like alcohol. I give it back to my mother. I was like, I think that was alcohol. And she smelled it, and she was like, oh my gosh, it is alcohol. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I don't know why there's alcohol in here. I done sprayed alcohol on my hair with all these issues I got. I was just like, oh my gosh. So I immediately go get my rose water, spray that on, and kind of like drench my locks in that to kind of add some moisture back in. Thankfully, I have not noticed anything, notice that my locks are dry, extremely dry or anything like that. So thank goodness. But I will be taking my own stuff from now on. Let's see, another thing that I learned this week. So I was continuing to do research on semi-freeform locks because initially I thought that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to start off that way. And I do want to do semi-freeform, but I don't think right now is the right time. I think I do need to get some maintenance done to my hair because what I'm noticing, see if I take this out. I'm not so sure that my hair grows into my locks. So see all of that kind of loose hair there? I don't know where that came from. And I need to get that fixed, right? On this side, this is the one that's a bit more troubling. And I've kind of been researching. No, that's not the one. Here we go. So I've been feeling this little baby and I'm like, oh, that little thing's kind of small, right? And so if you notice here, this whole, let's see, that whole situation right there, right? So for right now, what I'm going to do is just twist this around. I'm just merely doing like a 2-strand twist. That's the little loose hair there. That's my lock. Because I think that's a problem. I don't think that's supposed to do that. And if I, just go now freeform, I don't know what that's going to look like. And that's not what I want. So there I've kind of just put that in there. Like I think it should be. So anyway, the semi-freeform is not going to happen right now. I'm going to get my hair maintenanced. And I'm just going to do palm rolling because I want to keep my locks a little thick. And honestly, I'm a little afraid of interlocking. I've been researching it. I see people who've had much success with it. I'm just a little afraid of it. So I'm just going to go with palm rolling. So the next question is, when am I going to get my hair maintenance? Again, I'm concerned about this loose hair. So I do have an appointment for this upcoming Saturday, which would be week 3. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that appointment. And then I have another appointment 3 weeks after that. I have to keep that appointment because I'm traveling for work. And then I think after that, I might chill for about 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how things go, what my hair is doing and all of that. But I have these 2 appointments, 3-week intervals. I think I'm going to stick with that. So those were my lessons learned from this week. Don't use too much oil. Take your own products. And I don't think semi-freeform is the path for me right now. Let's talk about some new things I'm going to be trying for this upcoming week. The first thing is, Sunday, which was yesterday, is my normal wash day where I go to the gym and I just use all their water and all of their facilities and their steam room and all that. This week I didn't do it. 2 reasons. One reason is that I was traveling, so I didn't have time to. And then the second reason is I'm just trying to give my hair a little time to kind of do what it do, right? Without adding exuberant amount of water to it. Daily, I'm putting my rose water in there, but I'm not washing it this week. So we'll see what happens with that. Second thing is I mentioned The oil sheen I'm using, so far so good. No issues with that. Then the other thing I'm trying out with my rose water, where's my little thing at? So I'm not going to show this label because what's on the label is not in here, but this is, I don't know if you can see right now, it's like separated. So you can see there's a dark oil here, and then that's the rose water down there. The dark oil is black castor. So I decided to add, along with my other essential oils, tea tree, peppermint, vitamin E, I'm also adding in black castor oil because I want my hair to be so thick and luscious and ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so I added that in. We'll see what it do. I'll let you know next week if that's caused any issues for me or not. Then the last thing is styling. So when I started the video, you saw I had a little half up, half down situation. When I was back home, I did what I am calling the prickly pony, right? Because my hair's up like this. So the prickly pony style is what I'm calling that. And I really like it. It's cute and adorable. And I like the little bangs situation too. Never thought bangs would make a comeback for me, but they have. So those are the things that I'm going to try this upcoming week, and I'll let you all know how that goes if I come up with any new styles. Thank you all for taking this journey with me. Week 2, early into week 3, I've made it. I'm so excited. I'm still in love with my locks. This loc journey has been awesome. Sometimes I feel like it's like watching paint dry, but I think on the inside, I'm really developing a level of patience with it. So I'm super excited about that. Please hit the subscribe key if you want to continue this journey with me. Please hit like if you enjoyed this video. Until next week.